Hi, welcome. We are at this exciting moment where we start production. And that means that the animators are starting to animate stuff for the film, actual shots, not just tests and that kind of stuff. We're going to have real settings and the characters are going to be in them, and we have to make sure that everything is ready for the coming weeks of production. So I've been setting up shots for letting the animators do their magic. Everything up to this point was has only been done really roughly, so the layout was throwing a whole bunch of things together, and most of it was separated on one individual scene happens in one blend file. And soon that's going to change. Each shot of the film is going to happen in its own blend file, so that there's none of the unnecessary stuff from the other shots in it. So that had to be set up. All the layout files had to be cleaned. All the stuff that we don't need, we have to throw it out. So that's a very labor-intensive process. And right now at the beginning, it's kind of slow, but that's basically what I've been doing. On the other hand, we have this painful task of creating grass in a film. Grass is kind of a difficult topic because it either works or it doesn't. It kind of looks like, it either looks like real grass or it looks like CG grass, which is not really nice. It kind of shouldn't look too underwatery. It should move, it should behave, it should move with the elements, so there has to be some wind underneath everything and that kind of stuff. That thing used to be a huge deal when we did Cosmos Laundromat. Things have been getting progressively worse. The particle system is in a horrible state, and we just have so much stuff in our heads that we can't just make a new one, and everyone is busy with the code quest right now, so we just have to work with what we have. So the current idea is to bring the system back into place that was used for Cosmos Laundromat, in which we used a separate Blender branch of Blender, and kind of improve that a little bit. So that's what I've been doing. I've been making grass, hitting the simulation button, making sure that it looks like wind is affecting it, and there's a lot of failures. Stuff is exploding and things look like they're underwater. Lots of render tests because you can't see that thing in the viewport. You kind of have to press F12 and see how it looks like with the light and the textures and everything. So that's been going kind of slow. Right now at this point, Sergey is also helping me by implementing a change in the particle instance modifier that was introduced in Cosmos Laundromat, which was kind of a hack, to make sure that we get really nice and appealing looking grass. So hopefully that is going to improve our situation.
Last week I wrapped up the trees, everything related to that for now, and went ahead with the modeling and texturing of the flowers and the low foliage on the riverbed, like the valley, and also like high atop of the hills and mountains. Anything that's closely related to the Alps area, anything that's very representative of that climate. And Andy basically like looked up a bunch of references, and I started picking out, okay, what gives us the most variation, what kind of looks very freaky and interesting, but is also can be found very plentiful in that area. Well, these are the first the first models of the different kinds of flowers. Some of the most interesting parts would be like these munchild flower beds that are like little pillows made out of little buds and petals, which are really interesting, and they grow like all across like rocks and seemingly uninhabitable terrain, and like all of these bell flowers that look very interesting. but also emphasizing like different types of leaves, and that you can make like interesting types of bushes out of it.
The thing that we were doing these weeks, it was finishing the post libraries and preparing everything to start animation. Yes, I'm starting now, so yeah, animation production already. We went back and forward with some different feedback on the poses for the post library, and I did the hands for the spring. I did the body for autumn, and I did the facial for autumn also.
Hey. So this week I've been working on making the walk cycle, like a staff walk cycle for the character for spring, and I don't remember. What else have I been doing? Francesco, please. Please. I don't know. I didn't prepare. I wrapped up everything regarding the layout, any tweak, any whatever, little things that we wanted to try out or cut out or whatnot. And from there, post library. So updating the post library for basically the facials for spring for the main character. And yeah, from there, making like kind of a walk cycle, doing some reference, going out to a Dutch mountain that was over 20 meters high. Like we needed oxygen masks. It was dangerous. 3 Sherpas died on the way. So we did some reference. I made like kind of a walk cycle thing, but it's with the staff. And the tricky part is, if you're walking with the staff, you kind of can't do a cycle where it's like with every single like second step or so that you do the staff. Because usually if you walk with kind of a big staff, you'll do it every 3rd step maybe, depending on the size of the staff and kind of the pace that you're going in. So it meant that 2 steps is a walk cycle where it kind of loops around. But if the staff thing is happening every 3rd, that means I need to do like a 6-step walk cycle that includes the staff. That was a slight mind fuck. I was gonna replace it with something. That was quite a mind fudge. Here we go, nothing. I'm setting up the first shot that I'm gonna be animating. So it's gonna be one of the first shots of the entire movie where we see Spring being like a tiny little ant, and she's with her little doggy and she throws a stick for the doggy. It's gonna be tiny, but I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna make it so perfect. Frame by frame, pixel by pixel. They're all gonna ask me why. Why are you zooming in so much? Why are you trying to? And I'm like, 2 years from now, you're gonna be like, 8K baby, 16K baby. And who's laughing then?
All right, thank you very much for watching, and see you next week.
Isn't it every other week?
Well, okay. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, bye, see you next time, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and whatever.